10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, Fambola Day with the Minister of Education. This is my first time for meeting, and it's a pleasure. Say hi to people out there.
Hello, thank you. I'm really glad that
All right.
I don't meet DJ Bass. We're not jealous.
Yes, and I don't know, but the 8 then.
Exactly. But you're here long past me.
Well, the longness of meaning.
This is true.
Depends. Anyway, it's a pleasure because I've done there for a lot, and trust me, at some point in time when I had M.Sengeh, now innovation about the area about. So at some point maybe I will look say I want to meet this man and ask him back whether waiting and bring him for I can do or in cause divert. So just a little bit about yourself.
So me at an appeal I go, me like Kinton boy, I come up here, I guess.
Grammar school.
See then this then the PO are the better school, more just think that they moving forward, you know, Kinton. And then I come up here and I get scholarship and I go study engineering, biomedical engineering. Harvard, I work on vaccines, then I go MIT for doing my PhD and I work on prosthesis. Then I work at IBM on data science, machine learning. And inside that period, President Biumi and President Biumi talk about technology and innovation. And so when he asks, say, if I want to come, and as you say, I come as Chief Innovation Officer. And the idea with DSTI, the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation at State House, two main visions that they still work with. One for help government for use science, technology and innovation for deliver services for citizens for improve government efficiency. And then the second one for build an ecosystem of innovation and entrepreneurship in Salon, such that people then they create jobs and skills. And I still there as Chief Innovation Officer, but we build a team. I start as one person and now we build a team of volunteers, team of interns, employees, staff, all time. We get enough people then.
All right.
And then it pleases Excellency for SEMA Kana Education. And plenty of the things that we do in education, they use innovation, right? So in the past, they convince other ministers then for do the thing there on innovation. Now that myself I get for convince. So for example, like the results check I will build so. And I'm a team builder, we'll be able to deploy and we'll be able to build now at the day in my office. And if you can't let me say can go build school in my community, I they put your community in name and they tell me whether you need school in a community or that community will need the school pass you. Now we're not just build school based on how minister feel or based on how MP feel. Now based on the need of the community. We really they use technology for inform how they develop policy in the ministry. So it all connected, innovation and education, and also the new education. If you look at the new syllabus that we don't create, the new curriculum, they say we need for teach more hands-on learning, more technology, more innovation, because at the world today, if you know get education, if you know sabi technology, then left you behind.
Okay. I don't know, coming as a person from the, innovation part of it, you will think about coming to politics indirectly?
No, I never remember politics. You know, I write book right now, and I just decided what I'm going to write yesterday. Now that how many always when they want me to say I never do politics. You know, students in the way they school at the debates, and we pose the debates, and so you can say in politics. And a doctor being one for time, a medical doctor. But then later on, I decided I want to do engineering. But I always done in public service. Not necessarily politics. I always on this from where they PO, Children's Forum Network, where I go college, volunteer, and I always done the GI, and also within education, I always done in the sector.
So when you come inside, would you say what's the difference?
Very different. So first of all, in academia, who's having as a researcher, you get small money. But you build something, just a tester, write code, and you run, maybe you publish paper. Nobody don't care. Or maybe you care. Few people then they go from publishing paper to doing something impactful in the world. And then they not enough for me. I want to do more. Then I go into private sector. In private sector, and actually where I'm in the IBM, I've been working at Salon post Ebola. And one part the patents and we'll develop and how to convert Creole to English and then back to if you see misspelling or if the entire Creole, how they convert that into correct English.
Okay.
Because if we get SMS message then from people them, how you be able to identify what's in the happening automatically.
Okay.
And then you build a system and they for private sector. Now money business can force instead of people in welfare business. So we have the opportunity for kinds of government where welfare business can force government be sure that for make sure saying citizens and go before I enjoy that and I always been on the drive waiting how they do and why they study waiting how they study.
Okay.
The reason we make a study vaccine, TB vaccine, not because I care about business.
Being a minister, since you take up, you can think about the number of people and we don't like control, teachers, the ministry as a whole, and education as a whole are the key to any development.
Yes, the ones we get but could it in this ministry where they keep what they call annual school census, where they tell me how many schools and they will get 12,000 schools now. Where I come, we meet around 10,000, so we don't add over 2,000 schools. We get about 82,000 teachers. That include government, private, those on payroll, those are not on payroll, and then the staff. So the sector get the highest number of employees. Both now the payroll for government, we get 80,000 civil servants and teachers. They make up 40%, about 37,600 of rounded in teacher then. Right? And so important that when they talk about education, all households get person where they go to school directly between the age of 3, 4, 5 where they go preschool to where they graduate 18, 19. Now they make up more than 30% of the population, so 30-40%. So directly we they provide services for 30 to 40% of the population.
Okay.
They account for 40% of the workforce in Salon, easily more. And even within the civil service, we get DD them, we get inspectors of schools, we get people them all side. Within every community, we principal them, we get primary school in every ward in this country. And then head teacher and then we employee them. So it's a really big task, but we did one with a lot of humility and pleasure. And the importance that the country understands free quality school education, now the only way we'll be able to transform the country.
Okay.
If you go out of the city today, if you go in a village, meet big woman, adult woman, only 8 out of 100 are they sabi read and write. If adult woman there, only 8 out of 100 are they sabi read and write in rural areas, that's a practical problem. If you see medicine, you may read that. If you see vaccine, you may read, they understand. If you see information, they. So we need and as a country, the literacy rate still there around 50%, 52%. I mean, it's dismal. And you're not able to go before if people are able to read and understand. And so now I make way President Bill can with free quality school education. I was like, that's the best thing that would ever happen in the country. And it's a pleasure, it's an honor that I did.
What's your understanding about the free quality? Because some people can say free, but the quality, I'm afraid. So,
yes,
what are the free and the quality part of it?
A very important question. The free quality school education gets maybe 4 or 5 different main parts, and they're very much linked to the commitment as a world. So if you look at the SDG 4, the Sustainable Development Goal 4 of quality education, SDG 4 Goal 1, 4.1 say government for provide free public access to primary and secondary school in citizens them. We not that the first part. So tuition free. So school fee if you didn't have public school, now about 87% of the school in a salon get government support. The government they pay school fee for them. Examination fee. Tradibo Kuman, mama and papa they save money send and go school, but when you reach for take once money no they for pay once. So they pay for exam fee for all man with the public school. Any public and private or they pay for MPSC Becker. And then for WAS now they pay only for public schools.
Okay.
So the first one are tuition free, no school fee. The second one are exam free, all exams are public school they pay. The third one are teaching and learning materials. So learning materials will they provide core textbook them for English, secondary school, English and math, primary school. They provide all the basic one then, and then JSS, all the core subjects and will they provide as well. And then they provide learning materials. Teaching materials, they provide the chalk, the ruler, the thing that we teach them to use.
Okay.
They provide sporting equipment as well. The fourth part to the free quality school education is school feeding. We say they expand school feeding. Before we meet less than 200,000 people in the benefit from school feeding. Now they were over 600,000. They aim for 800,000. Now we don't expand into 14 districts in this country now get school feeding. All chiefdom them we now vulnerable chiefdom school feeding for primary school, primary and pre-primary. So school feeding. The fifth one, I will say they provide bus, subsidized bus to major cities and towns, and then they run. You know enough, or they run, and but people can use that.
Maybe a few kind of things that we touched, so we don't get time for that now. We talk about the tuition and the exams. I don't know, I go say, a serviceman minister, by that time, you say, go good, me say, schools and the experience then. I mean, like for subsidized waiting, then be none they get. For example, they will say, the old man bring 2,000, the old man bring for pamphlet to how much you may say do something about that.
So there are two parts. Teacher them do that even within the pay school fees, and then part up school fees. So now this we don't pull school fee. But I like for saying I can say this usually and people then can say, you know for say that if you're not Kumbra and I don't go I can go to school and Boku. The other way then they interview, they meet people then they interview, then they complain, they don't pay Boku money. If you're not Kumbra, you know say you can go to school. If you bribe, then you self do one. And if you want for bribe for help government, well for bribe that teacher they and Karen go ACC. ACC will take charge. Okay. ACC now don't add corruption, education corruption as an offense inside it. So and ACC would they act on this a lot. Yes, we get Boku teacher then or school them way they inflate numbers for subsidy. We get school them way. I mean they say school day, but not another day. Just for make my people they can't take was. So people then the other day in Waterloo, some picking them the protest. Then send video, me I they see all thing, right? And send video for me reach me for saying they don't take money, now then information for make them take once. Now they don't then can't then name no day, then do then double. I send me team immediately that day for find out, but the next day then go. The interview some of the picking them. Not to free turn and come out, upline and come out for can't take exam. The person will take money, and then self give money to somebody from big man go help them, wait the deadline don't pass. I they sympathize with them kids then because now lack of information and lack of knowledge. And they make somebody and not on they go school, but if they take and say government say they pay what's for me, and they go pay somebody else that money they for make me write my name, even though I not get guaranteed I will take exam. So it's really unfortunate. And we can see this and take that case they go ACC.
How much ministry they do for a lot of allegations they say why corruption they about results, about so many things, sometimes there be here and there about paying, not paying, how much control you get and how much you do about corporate allegation practice inside WAEC.
So WAEC now independent body and now West Africa, not to sound people think like no but you country but now West Africa how do you call that a convention for West Africa.
Okay.
But they engage them directly. In true say talk me before 2018 for 10 years we not pay with dues for WAEC. And when we self can we still not pay with dues them for WAEC. We they pay for exams but we don't pay with dues. So if you did part of a convention, but people don't know they pay you self the vex and you self the so that one. And part of the way we change them is with the increased exam fee for WASO. Now 295,000 now they pay for every person with the take WAS. In terms of the malpractice and what's in the happen, one case they go to ACC, then somebody been inside WAEC will be to change people the information, then come and go ACC and WAEC fire that person there. But the thing is, if you, first of all, more take responsibility as citizens, a person any go bribe somebody. So as citizens, you don't see this malpractice, and now one partisan will do what can President Bill set up this presidential task force on exam malpractice, where you get short term, medium term, and long term, and we don't implement all the short term, medium term, and most of the long term goals from 2 years ago. We don't see malpractice to go down. Try you get organized, systemic malpractice. We leakage to come on. Now what's the goes? We know leakage. They happen, which is and try people when they go take exam inside hall for people then. and then the whole then the mark on the conference marking what they do. There's always somebody where they go do malpractice, even outside of the world, and now they see with the whole fake degree and fake the people that always don't want to work hard and then they adjust it with the work with WIAC and the ACC for make sure say more reduce and we don't understand it go down.
Okay, maybe quickly before we try to wrap up now, in talking about education, the teacher are the key. I want to think about, or maybe where the president called you about this in dream. I mean, what's in kind of your mind for teachers? Because without good teachers, you don't know the advanced world, you know that in a teacher. So like I say again, teachers after the parents, not the teachers. But in Sierra Leone, it's different now because you get serviceman teacher, they get teacher they will keep the beginning for mark, you get teacher they will go sell in a school. So you've been thinking about them in helping in this free quality education?
You know, it's very interesting, yeah. I remember then saying where the IBM, where President Bill been in London. Mm-hmm. I remember say one time the first question the way asked me the how for use technology for first ghost teacher. Like I still get a message there, which is very interesting that we are they pan technology and education and now I deal with the teacher issue. Yes, I mean I think as you say, we get a whole spectrum of teachers. We get teachers that want to volunteer, we get teachers that want a community teacher, we get teachers that we not get qualification, we get teachers that we not get trained, we get teachers that we not serviceman teacher, we get teachers that we get lots of experience and get high integrity, we get teachers that we get multiple degrees, we get teachers that we get fake degrees. They're all not to one person, right? We get 80,000. Then you get more teachers past the entire civil service that's alone.
Okay.
And so it's a question then of how we engage them. And for we, and as a world, you know, Salon the lead on the UNESCO High Level Steering Committee and on the UN Transforming Education Conference as well. You get what's in they call teachers, teaching, and the teaching profession. And the way they engage on teachers, we get the Teacher Code of Conduct 2019. Beautiful document. So maybe we'll give a reminder people about the Code of Conduct to the sign. Teaching that what's in they happen in a classroom. You get, and I can see this and people that can vex small. Say some school and they na 80 picking and they try to have in 25.
Mm-hmm.
That's which one you want. Me 25 they me the other 60 or 55 go sit down on that stick or on that bridge out of school, or me all 80 kind inside classroom, me then this go small with education. Say that means I don't care. No, I don't say I don't care. We need for make sure there will be more classroom. We need for make sure they provide.
Picking a number about the teachers and say in that case the way you talk about because like you say,
no,
when nobody go school, the highest can be 35, 40.
Yeah, that because the brother and sister they all meeting and doing my kids in the cell. They're not really kind of.
So they're all long kind of class.
Long kind of class.
So when I think about adding more teachers for helping that.
Yes, we don't do, but it's not enough. You get a lot of mismatch. Some PO, for example, PO they don't write say they get more teacher than pass how they need.
So why they not give other schools?
So this is like the process, right? Like now we need for build and inside the policy that we'll just launch now how governments they distribute teacher then. But just know if I take that teacher, not that we not the one, but if you take that teacher, that young man with come on with the PO with an extra teacher, say they send you go falaba. You go begin complaining. Something that they work.
Maybe they can say the money, the extra for pay. People can say they're willing for go. The government will pay the extra.
I think with regards to people and money, first of all, I think say obviously everybody deserves to be paid a living wage, and I don't disagree with that. And I think say. We've been running at this country before they know the pay teacher 8 months. Then tell where they go school, the teacher the salary they can. But no teacher not they when they on payroll that government we not they receiving salary. As long as you don't get mismatch. We get 391 teacher them out of the 36,000 teacher them. We not count for verification or we get mismatch, major mismatch. Then date of birth plenty past 3 years or they not show up. Apart from that 391 day, all teacher they get salary first thing. Before the month's done, that's one of the first. So who's one better? My tell you say they pay you 6 million, 10 million, but I know they pay you for 10 months, or might pay you 3 million, 2 million, but you money they can every month.
Okay.
And where I can give them example like the people then get to consider me say, you know, value what you I value what you say, but just to say as government, we get but putting them
maybe 2 questions quickly. Now, what do you take on extra classes and camping? Because to we who don't sit down, they don't be legalized, schools and they organize camping, picking and they go sleep day, all night. Then even the teachers then we for teach the beginning, they take money from the same parent then for extra lessons. So why they not teach that at school?
Camping a bad idea. Camping means the parents then don't left their responsibility as parents. Then tell them where they go school. Nah, all they take once. Me paddy, 3 of me paddy then can't sleep in my house. Not to camping no. And me papa invited. Before they can have me house, me papa had meeting with all the papa and mama then papa then can't have me house, then can't suicide with the then can't even tell we study all net, then go back, then paddy then they all engineer then Samzu now they're doing PhD, Cedric, they're all engineer then they work. So I want to more separate parental responsibility and peer learning from organized lack of responsibility.
Well, sometimes in school, they can say if you not pay, not can school, or so some of the parents they will not go school, can free and say, "Power panel for pay."
And I think say one panel we will get for do, we will get responsibility for as a government. Now we need to reform the teaching profession. I think say the teaching profession and the teaching and teaching profession need reformation and transformation. And me are ready for the day. And I work with SLTU and with all the stakeholders and for make sure say we get the right people. We inside the code of conduct from SLTU I've been reading, and SLTU posting say dignity in labor. They say to all those morally bound by this document, we want you to understand that there is dignity in labor, and this will also only become a reality if we perform our roles as dignified professionals. We owe this sacrifice to our pupils, the parents, and our nation. That's another way better pass Maurice S. Conte this talk inside the code of conduct for teachers. And I feel like this is what we need to get to. Maybe we'll not begin implement than day 8, but the whole MISEF and SLTU and everybody for meets that dignity in labor.
Maybe the final one get for those, how much strength you get for fight corruption inside the education sector, because we make ask Dandy, we get teachers and we not get what it take for teach people picking them, and of little we hear about this fake degree thing. To me, I say we need a overhaul of the education system. You buy the idea, then you get a strategy of what it take for able look get the right teachers them, so we get the right picking them, and the right schools that the right schools get the right teachers them and teach the picking them the right thing than getting people get a fake thing and at the end we get bad results.
I fully agree with you that we need to overhaul the system. I mean, I don't sing about fake, me and Drizzly with some artists that sing about fake degrees inside 2019. I think and I can say this usually where I can go, not to all man need to get degree. People say, how you go talk about the education minister? Well, because I believe in skills, I believe in entrepreneurship, I believe in, there's so many things in society, but I know everybody deserve or get public education. From primary till you done what? Everybody for do that. We all for be literate. But not to all man for good 4-year degree, not to all man for good 3-year diploma, not to all man for good 2-year, but we only for learn skills for more able contributing to society and economy based on what we want to do, based on what side we did, based on society. So then I want, and we need for change that, because people in parts of the fake degree thing, all man feel say if you not get degree, they go before, and we need for change that. And within the education sector, 100%. I mean, I don't instruct my team for more than do degrees audit with teachers. Now you can make people that can say reassessment. All they reassess now, we need for check and verify your degree then, but it can hard for verify teacher degree then. But
maybe just adding to that, we talk about. I mean, I don't know what now you take about. I don't see primary school class 3 picking they do 10, 12 subjects. You don't think it's too much, or maybe low know the picking in focus. Let's say from class 3 or class 4. Wait till one we begin go then subject and then maybe you go do history. Get for doing go do. I mean,
it's very interesting because I've been mentioned this book where I write. One of I exactly starts. I think I write say, what do you want to do when you grow up? Is the second most common question beyond what's your name. If you meet somebody, what's your name? What's your age? What do you want to do? Look, I don't think say in primary school they would ask which one for the who grew up. I think in primary school for just learn
Go no more.
about skills.
Okay.
And then at some point, maybe in life, I mean, I can see I still don't know which one for the way I grew up. I don't know. So maybe one day I will know.
You don't think say it too much for the picking there?
No, I think say probably. I mean, beaucoup.
10, 12 subjects for.
Probably plenty.
Yeah.
And I think say it get to do with the teaching and learning. I mean, by all that they do musical and art. And yeah,
and then they believe first
music and art.
Music and arts believe first.
Yeah, so therefore they teach music and arts. Not like they do technology, but now like social studies and civics, different subjects, English and literature, different subjects, and you get plenty different home economics, family life, R&E.
Yeah. Home economics, we will go now with the land for soul, all lengthing and the
handiwork.
Exactly, all button and cuts. We don't need to go to tailor.
I get one story where I can say. Then I've been, I think, my class 3. Then I've been the first with one company for Camp Force. And my mama they sew, my mama seamstress. My mama they work as clerk in education, but they sew back. So I go sew handkerchief. I write me the initial, exactly,
with the thread in the corner, you know.
So I feel proud. Say this is a good handkerchief. They give me 65. The picking would then give force that send soap like it.
Send soap?
Yeah, send soap very bad. So it beats me. I cried. See. I was saying
that's a good one.
But these things starting in primary school is we know they encourage creativity. And
even gardens, I know they say gardens again. Also, but they make garden.
Now, who's where they grow up every evening? Like I go play ball, where I can. I don't say the water garden. But it's not a thing. And it brings the point around school, home, community, teacher, parents. We sadly, unfortunately.
Anyway, thanks again for having you. It's a pleasure, and I appreciate a little come, but again, which I think we also lack hope for being at the schools and integrity. I can say integrity not cheap, and you can't buy it, you earn it, and
you can learn it. You also earn it, but you can learn it. So you need from
exactly, because the states where they see, in fact, because of how education they go before, takes away like you cancel. It's like, what boy going on for chapel, or see the chap, not a Mauland book, you know, this. So it even changed that perception there that some people don't even, like they're saying about, I don't know if they're about, they say, by law, by you say Davis and Nico. That's saying about education and wealth. So then they sink into people and so much that they look like education not better.
Yeah.
But thanks. Sure. God bless you.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay.